You think you know your family until someone outside it opens their mouth. That's what happened to me. My neighbor, a quiet man I've known for years, walked over one afternoon, shaking, pale, almost terrified. And when he finally spoke, his confession didn't just shock me. It rewired everything I believed about my parents, my childhood, and who I actually was. This is the story of how one conversation destroyed the version of my life I thought was real. It started on an ordinary Saturday morning. I was in my driveway, washing my car, when my neighbor, Mr. Collins, walked over. He's usually cheerful, cracking dad jokes every time he sees me. But not that day. He looked haunted. He stared at me the way someone looks at a person they owe an apology to, but wish they could run away instead. "Got a minute?" he asked, voice shaking. "Sure," I said. Everything okay?" He opened his mouth, closed it, tried again. "Your father, there's something you need to know about him." My stomach tightened. My dad is one of the most respected men in our community. A retired firefighter, the guy who helped everyone. So why did my neighbor look like he was about to confess to a crime? Mr. Collins motioned toward his porch. "You remember the fire that happened across the street 22 years ago?" I nodded. Everyone in our neighborhood knew that story. A huge house fire. 2 people injured. My father was the first one on scene. He dragged the couple out, practically saved their lives before the engines arrived. At least, that's the version my family always told. But when Mr. Collins looked at me that morning, I could tell that wasn't the whole truth. "There's something you were never told," he said quietly. "Something your father asked me to keep secret. For decades." My chest tightened. "What secret?" He swallowed hard. "That fire wasn't an accident." I stood still. It felt like my ears were ringing. "What do you mean it wasn't an accident?" I asked. He looked around like the trees might be listening. Then he lowered his voice. "Your father didn't just arrive first. He was already there. He was the last person to leave the house before the flames started, and he told me someone inside was threatening your family. My family." "What? Why would someone in that house have anything to do with us?" He hesitated again. "It was a man. He was angry. He had information, something that could have ruined your parents' marriage, and he wasn't letting it go." My heart dropped into my stomach. "Are you saying my father—" "No," he interrupted. "He didn't start the fire, but he didn't stop it when he could have." The world spun. He told me he tried to warn them, but they wouldn't listen. He said he panicked. He made a mistake, and he begged me never to repeat it. I felt sick. My father, the hero, suddenly didn't look so heroic. As if that wasn't enough, Mr. Collins reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded piece of paper. "He left this with me years ago, said if he ever passed away, I should give it to you. But after seeing you grow up, after knowing you, I can't wait anymore." He handed me the letter. I didn't want to open it. I didn't want to feel my image of my dad crumble even more. But my hands didn't ask for permission. They unfolded the paper on their own. It was my father's handwriting, shaky, desperate. "If you're reading this, then the truth is already chasing you. I didn't mean for any of this to happen, but I couldn't let him destroy our family." My breath caught. I didn't hurt him, but I let the fire spread. I froze. I was scared. I've lived with that guilt every day since. I had to sit down. My father, the man I idolized, admitted to standing by while a house burned. Not murdering anyone, but not saving them either. And just when I thought the story was over, Mr. Collins said one last thing. "The man who confronted your father, he wasn't planning to expose an affair. It was worse. I stared at him. He took a breath. He claimed you were his child. My body froze. He continued softly, almost apologetically. He said your mother and they had a relationship before you were born. And he had proof. That's what he was threatening your father with. My chest tightened. My hands went cold. Everything inside me felt like it had dropped down an elevator shaft. I'm sorry, he whispered. Your father thought the man was bluffing, or lying, or trying to hurt your family. But when he realized there might be truth in it, he panicked. My ears were ringing. Was he saying what I thought he was saying? So, my father might not be my father, I whispered. He lowered his gaze. I think that's what he feared most. I walked into my house in a daze. My dad was gone. Passed away 3 years earlier. My mom was alive, but battling early dementia. Asking her would only confuse her. I had one option left, a DNA test. For days, I carried the kit around the house, unable to use it. Because once I mailed it, there would be no going back. Was I ready to learn who I really was? Was I ready for the truth about my family? Finally, late one night, I opened the kit, swabbed my cheek, sealed the envelope, and sent it. 3 weeks later, the results came. When I opened the email, my eyes immediately locked on the name under biological father. It wasn't my dad, but it also wasn't the man from the fire. It was someone else entirely. Someone I'd never met. Someone who lived 3 states away. My entire life. My father had been scared of the wrong man. The truth was much bigger and much sadder. But here's what mattered. Even though he wasn't my biological father, he raised me, loved me, protected me, even to the point of carrying a secret that broke him. And that's when I realized blood doesn't make a family. Love does.